Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. It's been a minute. We were gone all last week taking Layton up to Kentucky for him to start college, and we were in Louisville. That's where his college is during all the, we'll just say, the happenings of last week. Anyway, so we got him settled. Luckily his college is not anywhere near downtown, but they still are taking tons of precautions and everything to keep the kids safe. So while we were gone for the week, I wanted to take something crafty for me to do, and so the easiest thing for me to take is my Art Impressions watercolor stuff. I have it all in a plastic tub, and so I have my paper in there, my water brushes, regular paintbrush, a thing to put water in, all my markers. I use the Marby markers, and then all of my stamp sets and just positioner, everything that I need. I have it in this tub. So that was the easiest thing to grab and put in the RV to go. So I decided to, as we were driving down the road, get some watercoloring done. So some things here or there are a tad bit shaky as we hit bumps or whatever, but all in all, I think I was pretty pleased with the way they came out. And I did a mix of some winter Christmas things and some fall things. So I will be making cards out of all these things. But first I just wanted to show what I colored. And if you notice these apples in this barrel, I wanted to put pumpkins in this truck, but my pumpkins were all too big, so I used the apples again to put pumpkins in the back of that pickup truck. I thought that turned out pretty good. Another one, I did several snowmen for Christmas cards. I thought this was just a pretty winter landscape. And a little cart with some fall colored flowers in it, some butterflies. It's just experimenting, trying to make metal. Not so happy with this one. And then this cute little tractor. And this we are going to turn into a birthday card for my brother-in-law. But when I was going through my bucket, I found that I had other things in there that I had previously. Oh, and this one was the first one that I did. I haven't added snow to that one. I need to do that. I forgot that one. But anyway, I found stuff that I had done last year that I didn't do anything with. Some of it, and this one's from 2018. It's actually a couple of years old. Not so sure I particularly like how this one came out, but it's alright. We might do something with that. Another one of those. Just a little mountain scene. And not so sure I like this one. But anyway, so that was what was in my bucket. I gotta add snow to that. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so let's get started on this. And I think I'm just going to kind of roughly cut it out of this first, so I can set that aside. I want to use this, this is a Gina picket fence die. I want to use this, I'm not so sure if I want it in white or if I want it in Nina Desert Storm. So I'm going to die cut that both ways. Okay, I added a little snow to that one. So that's how that looks now. So I did a little cutting. I had to stop and go mow some pastures over at the ranch. So for my image, these are some honeybee inside and outside stitched rectangle dies. So I've used these. This is just some paper out of my stash. I've had that a really long time. I'm sure it's not available anymore. So I'm going to start by getting some of this stuff glued together. So I was mowing because over at the ranch house this weekend there is a wedding scheduled, and I was trying to mow the pastures next to the house area, and I'm mowing along, and all of a sudden when I come back around to this one side, I realized that my mower was no longer cutting. So that was fun. So I had to schedule a service agent to come out. So there is one that lives in this area, and to fit us in, he wants to do it first thing in the morning. So, okay, no problem. Except for he wants to be there at 7 a.m. I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is, and it's got to get done. So I have an early day tomorrow. I need to get this into the mail because my brother-in-law, this is a birthday card for my brother-in-law, and his birthday is coming up on the 2nd, and this has to get to Houston. So I want to put this down underneath just as another texture layer. I'm going to kind of offset it like that. And so I want to fray it up a little bit. And this is just some burlap I found at one of my local craft stores. It came in a paper pad just like regular paper does. So kind of interesting, kind of fun. I really kind of only use it in a fall kind of year. I don't know, probably should use it other times, but I think it's kind of cool. So you just put some little dabs of glue down, and you will see this through there, but your glue will dry clear, and I'm going to put other stuff on top of it so that doesn't really bother me. So we'll do that like that. And I want to kind of put, I saw this card sketch that had this fence down across the bottom of an image. And I cut it out of this kind of cream colored stock, and then out of this Nina Desert Storm. Man, I wish I could get y'all's opinion on this. Alright, let's cut it down to size. I'm going to cut it right there. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take some markers. This is the E40 series markers, and I want to just add a little bit of detail. And this is very messy looking. So while I do this, I got to just tell you about this experience I had. So the tractor quit cutting, whatever reason, you know, I'm just mowing along. I don't hear nothing, I don't feel anything, it just stops cutting. So I call the place where we bought the tractor, ask for the service department. I tell the lady that answers what kind of tractor I've got and what my problem is. She's like, okay, let me call you back in about 30 minutes. So an hour later, I get a phone call from the lady. Now, she was very polite and said, apologize for the delay. I was like, no problem. And I can hear a guy talking to her in the background while she's trying to talk to me. And she's like, there's a lever on the side of your chair that you can either control the belly mower or your pull behind. I was like, wait, no. I said, I have a 4052R John Deere tractor. She's like, she goes, I'm aware. I was like, there's not a belly mower. And so she kind of tells this guy, and he's just still insisting. I can hear him. As I feel for her. He's not listening to her. He's just rattling off what he thinks is correct. I like, lady, this is a large tractor. Not a lawnmower. It does not have a belly mower. And I could still hear him yammering at her in the background. So I quickly realized this is getting me nowhere. So I was like, can we just schedule a service agent to come out? Well, we don't schedule the service agents. Field service. You have to call a different number. Well, wish I'd have known that. That would have saved me an hour out of my life. So, called the field service office, and the lady answers the phone. I tell her what I've got, my name, what my problem is, and right away they're like, oh, you've probably sheared off a pin underneath there. She goes, let me talk to the agent and see when we can get you on her schedule. I told her my predicament with having to get this pasture mowed because of this wedding. And so she goes, I'll call you right back. So she did. She called me right back. I mean, it was probably like 3 minutes. She called me right back. She's like, oh, we've got a service agent that lives in the next town over. He can get you first thing in the morning. I'm like, awesome. So nice when people actually listen to you and want to understand what your problem is and really help you get to where you need to be. Anyway, so that was my experience with John Deere service. Alright, I'm liking this. So I'm going to put a circle up here that has happy birthday in it. Let me get that and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got this birthday wishes Simon Says stamp die. Then I used one of my nested circles just to cut me out a green circle. So I cut this out of some Tim Holtz craft metallic paper. I've got the dot still in my die. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get this glued down. So I'm just going to dab this glue around. This is really thin little line. I should have put some stick it paper down. That is always like hindsight for me. I'm like, oh, I should have used stick it. That'd have been so much better than trying to put glue on these little freaking spots. I guess hindsight's always 20/20, right? Anyway, so, but just go ahead and dab it around the best you can, and then squish it on a piece of paper. Just to get all the bulk glue off. That way you won't have any squish issues. And you still have wiggle time to get it into shape. I still have my glue dries clear. This Cosmic Shimmer glue is great stuff. It dries clear, so I'm not overly concerned about the squish out that I have. Alright, so now we're just going to put a little dab right there, and we're going to take the die and line that up over that, poke it out, and there you got it in the right spot. Okay, so now we have this. I'm going to let this, so that's going to go like right up in there. Let's get this glued down next. Guess it's hard to glue and talk. Okay, That's good enough. Okay. Let's see, I don't have this glued down yet, so take that off. I'm making a glue mess today. I'm trying to get this done in a hurry because it's not going to make it to Houston on time. I'm always late. Always, always, always late. Oh, goodness. Story of my life. Always late. Okay, get this put back in here before I lose it. Okay, I'm going to put foam tape behind this. Put the cat back on my glue. Alright, mash that down really good. Adhesive other than liquid is pressure sensitive, so you always need to mash it down really good for it to stick permanently. Okay, I'm going to put this kind of over in this corner. Mash, mash, mash. Alright, now this is going to pop up, so I need to put a couple of strips and then put regular glue underneath. Okay, there we go. And even though this is a male birthday card, I am going to add a little shimmer to this tractor. Gotta have a little shimmer. And just being very careful so I don't reactivate the ink too much. There. Just a little shimmer. Okay, that's good. Alright, card base. Here's my card base. I'm going to glue that on. Before I glue that on though, I want to do a little stamping on the inside. I need to get more birthday sentiment sets. I've had this one for a while. It's by Gina K, obviously, just called Birthday Greetings. I'm not sure if it's still available. If it is, I will link it down below. But this is what I've got, so this is what I got to use. I think I'm going to do the Count Your Life by Smiles. Wait, let me see. I think I'm going to do this one. Hope your birthday brings you a special kind of happiness and it leaves you with the nice kind of memories. I think I'm going to do that one. Alright, so here, and I'm going to get the little tractor out. Oh, I can't stamp both of those at the same time. I don't know why I was looking at that. Alright. Just going to use some Simon Says. No, you know, I want to do this in green. Let's see what I got. I'm going to use Peeled Paint Archival Distress. Let's see, the tractor faces this way, so I'm going to put it in this corner. You always want things to face in. You don't, where your eye is drawn to the center. If it, of course over here, yeah, over here it would have faced out and that would have drawn your eye out that way. So you always want to make sure that your eye is drawn to the center with your design. Don't want your eye to go off the page. Clean this up real quick. Alright, now I will use the Intense Black ink on this. Hope I got that straight. If not, it's a handmade card. Looks good to me. Give this a quick clean. Set that aside. Now, my stamp for the back, I think I'm going to use the Peeled Paint again. Just for a little something different. Okay, give this a little clean job. Okay. Folder. We are almost done here. Alright, there we go, friends. Ta-da! A mail birthday card. Yay! Alright, we'll see you soon in the next video.